Welcome to Season 10, Episode 3 of the MN Corner. He's Stephen Cook.
And he's still Brad Rothschild.
I still am.
What's going on?
It's been a pretty bad week.
Don't we say that every week?
No, but you know what?
This is really bad, yeah.
This week got significantly worse for the entire country.
The entire country.
And it's no longer, we can't say like, oh, it's going to get bad. It's going to get bad. Like,
no, but it's bad.
It's bad. We're in it. It's getting worse.
It's bad.
It's getting worse.
I was running. This was like Steven's week of running from one meeting after another. And like I came out of a meeting at like 3:30 and my research associate and another staffer were standing outside my door talking, and they're like, Charlie Kirk got shot.
Yeah.
And I was like the blood must have drained away from my face because I just had this stunned look. And I was like, what?
This was Wednesday.
Yeah. And then you texted me. I think you had texted me, I don't know. And I was like, how bad? And you're like, I can't see how he lived. Watch the video.
Because the close-up video, like there are a couple of videos.
Yeah. I haven't looked at the close-up video.
Dude.
Yeah, no.
I saw it.
Telling me dude is enough. Like, I've seen some pretty gruesome stuff. So I don't want to add to my sleepless nights.
And seeing it before they made the announcement, it was like they could make the announcement whenever they want. Like, you don't survive that.
Right.
And the thing is, they didn't spray the stage with bullets. There was one shot. 200 yards. One shot. That means somebody is well trained in how to shoot a rifle.
Well, look, we have an entire country awash in weapons and people with lots of training and people who are going out and getting training because of our polarization and discourse and violence.
Yeah.
I mean, and when we talked, I think I called you that evening. We talked and I was like, damn, political violence. And you're like, it's already here. And then I was reading, subsequent. I mean, you can't even say this isn't us, this isn't who we are. I mean, political violence, this country is blood drenched.
It's as American as
violence.
Cherry pie, as the saying goes.
Right, exactly. Baseball, apple pie.
No, political violence has been part of our country for
since its founding.
For many years,
250 almost. So
yeah. I was thinking like for decades, but it's more than decades. No, it's for centuries. It's for centuries. It is part of who we are.
But it was interesting. I was reading. I think was it Jonathan Last? I was reading. Anyway, he said, the beginning in the 80s and 90s and the early 2000s was like this period where actually political violence was rare.
Yeah, receded.
It was that moment, and it's because politicians didn't speak in kind of dehumanizing language. We didn't have social media, and politicians were responsible in not kind of engaging in that kind of language. And then,
now the rhetoric
Donald Trump came along in 2015, and that's all now out the window.
Civility is out the window. Dialogue is out the window. Look, none of this is to say that I condone violence or that I cheered for Charlie Kirk's murder, which I did not and do not. Does that mean he was a good person? Probably no. He trafficked in divisiveness, and he was not. He did not debate people in goodwill. He did not go looking to understand different viewpoints and maybe even moderate or change his own, but he looked to have conversations with people in which he could impose his view upon them.
What do you make of the conversations he had with Gavin Newsom? And, Newsom's not a pushover. I'm not defending Charlie Kirk, right? Charlie Kirk, but as odious as his views may have been, the answer to Charlie Kirk's odious views is better speech. Better debate.
Okay, I'm not.
Right, I know you're not saying that.
But what I'm saying is like to turn him into something now.
Oh well, now he's going to be a martyr, of course.
And
in ways that the Minnesota politicians who were assassinated over the summer are not.
Or never would be.
They never will be,
and they never will be.
Right.
And then I don't know. I'm sure you saw this, but Wednesday night, there was a moment of silence for Charlie Kirk at Yankee Stadium.
Oh, really? I didn't know
You
that.
didn't know that? There was
Dude,
a moment of
I did not.
silence
I didn't know that.
for Charlie Kirk at Yankee Stadium on Wednesday night. I don't remember Yankee Stadium ever having a moment of silence for any of the children who have been killed in school shootings over the last
Right.
25
Yeah.
years. Or, like you mentioned, the politicians in Minnesota when they were assassinated in
It's a
their
good point.
homes.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's very, very surprising to me.
and then last night,
Yes, you were at the game.
The Yankees hosted the president
Donald
of the
Trump.
United
Yeah.
States, who sat next to the president of the Yankees, Randy Levine, in his box.
Right. He got
And
booed, I heard.
he got booed and he got cheered.
Okay. I mean, he did well in New York. He did as well as any Republican candidate's ever done in New
Okay,
York City.
so here's what I wanted to share with you.
Okay.
So I went to the game last night. Uh, I was invited to go to the game by a mutual friend of ours, and he actually said, "Reach out to Steven and see if he can come too." And
I wish I could.
this predates the decision of Trump to come to the game.
Okay.
I do, right?
Had I been there, would I have been cheered or booed?
Uh, I couldn't answer that. So I was there with our friend Dave in his seats, and my brother. My brother
Good,
was there, and
good photo of you guys. I appreciated it.
and we had really good seats
Mm-hmm.
in the front row of the second deck, right behind Yankees, right behind the home plate, right behind
Delta Club.
Yeah,
Love it.
great seats. And the Yankees were having their way last night with the Tigers.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Judge had two home runs.
Home run. Yep. 2 home runs.
Two. Giancarlo Stanton hit a monster home run. Like, we were having a good time.
Rocking. Right.
They introduced Trump before the game, and as you said, there were people who booed him, and there were people who cheered him.
Okay.
And,
and it was 9/11.
And that was part of the reason that he was there. It was 9/11 yesterday, the 24th anniversary of 9/11. And staying true to myself, when they announced Trump, I booed.
Okay.
And then after the top of the seventh ended, the seventh inning stretch happened, and they introduced Trump again. And once again, I booed.
Okay.
And the person sitting behind me said to me, "If you boo again, I'm going to throw you over the fucking railing."
No fucking way.
And I turned around and I looked at him and I said, "What did you say?" He said, "If you boo again, I'm going to throw you over the fucking railing." Now, just to remind you, we were sitting in the front row of the second deck.
Right.
So that is not an idle threat.
No, not at all.
That is a threat to commit violence.
You. Yeah.
And I looked at him and I said, "Try it."
Oh, shit.
And you know what? He and his buddy said a couple things. Fucking faggot, sheep, you believe everything you read. But, but when they saw that I was,
it's unbelievable.
But when they saw that I wasn't afraid.
Right. They were.
Yeah. It sort of, the situation was not defused, but they did not come after me. But,
And so you sat back down. You
I
watched
sat back
another
down.
inning and a half.
I was a little wary of what could possibly happen behind me, because it's never a good idea.
What was happening behind you?
Well,
Did they settle in, or were they like fucking around?
They had been drinking all night. Right. They had photobombed a couple of pictures, and it was all in good fun before. And one of the guys photobombed when I took the picture with Dave, and I'm like, he's like, "Photobomb." I'm like, "Wow, I just take a picture of you," and I took a picture. Like, it was that, right? It was that,
right?
But after maybe 10 or 15 minutes after that, they all left because, the game was
after they threatened you.
Yeah, they left. The game was well in hand.
Right.
So,
So what did they say upon departing?
nothing.
Nothing.
Nobody said
So
anything.
you stood up to these douchebags.
But it made me, I looked around. There were, you said before, like, well, I heard people booed. A lot of people didn't boo Trump.
Uh-huh.
And there was a chant for Trump after, after in the seventh inning stretch.
Uh-huh.
And there were also a number of people in the stadium who were wearing Trump gear.
Yeah.
I
Well, that
saw,
doesn't surprise me.
well, it surprised me a little bit. I saw a guy wearing a Gulf of America hat and a Trump t-shirt underneath his Yankee jersey.
The Gulf of America thing just makes me laugh. I'm
That's
sorry.
fucking stupid.
Hey, come on.
Yeah.
It's like when where was I? I was out skiing, and one of my buddies and I stayed an extra day beyond when the group left, and we were staying in like, it's nice place. It's nice area. And the guy walks in, he's wearing a t-shirt. It's like, I like beer, Trump, and something else. And I'm like, we look at each other like, who cares?
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
Why does he have to walk around like that? Like, Who the fuck cares?
So it occurred to me, though, and this is nothing new, but if there had been some sort of incident,
yeah,
I don't believe that the organization would have given a rat's ass about what happened to me, because these guys would have said he booed Trump, and the Yankees probably would have shrugged their shoulders and said, well, you get what's coming to you.
You think?
Well, not from a liability perspective.
Why do you think that? Because
I feel
Trump
like,
was there and he was in Randy Levine's box?
Because and after what happened the other night with the moment of silence for Charlie Kirk, and then him being a guest
this is the logical, if you're right, but let's set aside your supposition.
Yeah.
This is the logical outcome of what George Steinbrenner began when he turned Yankee Stadium into like a funhouse of nationalist jingoism, right? I mean, it's been like that a long time.
Yeah, and it's also a funhouse for corporate America and investment bankers and corporate, kingpins. It's certainly not a place for the average fan anymore. And then, of course, there was a ton of security there last night, obviously. And as I looked around at the police, I'm like,
so do you think if this guy had taken a shot at you, like security would have come?
Yes, but I definitely felt like, okay, I'm on my own here.
What did Dave think?
So it turns out, like, when
he was the one who was clapping for Trump. No, I'm kidding.
No, nobody in that, nobody was clapping or booing except for me.
Right.
When the guys got up and left, I looked at him. I'm like, did you hear what they said? He's like, no.
Oh, he wasn't even really aware of what happened?
And then I asked my brother, I'm like, did you hear what they said? He's like, I heard something, but I don't know. I'm like,
right.
Okay, great. Nice to know that, like, everybody's got my back.
If I was there, I would have been like just explosive.
But you know what? Like, the thing that I was most surprised by is that my heart rate didn't change at all.
Well, that's why you backed down. You were cool as a cucumber, man.
But
you were just you didn't know, like, maybe because you are a Krav Maga master.
But you
could have beaten the fucking piss out of him.
You know what?
And he was drunk.
I probably couldn't have taken 3 guys who were bigger than me.
No, but if it was that one guy giving your Krav Maga exploits.
But the fact that
I would not have testicles today.
The fact that I train in martial arts.
Yes.
Gave me the confidence actually to stand up to them.
Right.
And not think I'm going to fucking kick your ass.
Right.
But think, if this is going to go somewhere, we're going to go where it's going to go. We're going to go where it's going to go.
So, you used to be a season ticket holder.
Well, not season tickets, but like
you got a plan.
We had packages, like 12 games, 10 games,
and
whatever.
I got emails over the summer. I don't know why, because I didn't buy tickets at the stadium. I haven't even bought tickets. Lauren bought tickets for my birthday, but I didn't know anything about it. But I've been getting email. Oh, I know why. I went. Remember in June, I went to the game and I sat, 2 rows behind the Yankees dugout, and I stayed in, and we went to that incredible dining room that I didn't even know existed. My friend Vincent took me.
Yeah.
I told you it was like the bougiest baseball experience of my entire life. Somehow they had my information, and I keep getting emails from the Yankees asking me if I want tickets and so on and so
Right.
forth.
Right.
I wonder if you emailed those people who are in sales and be like, let me tell you what happened to me at the stadium the other night. And my feeling that like the Yankee organization wouldn't be behind me.
It's funny that you say that, because I actually spent a lot of the morning writing a piece about this.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Where's it going to go?
I don't know. I was going to talk to you about it when we go offline, but we can talk about it afterwards.
Yeah.
But this impacted me this whole week.
Right.
Because, and this is nothing new, because we've talked about this. Like,
right.
The Mark Teixeira thing a couple weeks ago, where he announced that he's running as a Trump conservative for a congressional seat in Texas. Mariano Rivera's support for Trump, and of course Paul O'Neill.
Paul O'Neill, right?
These.
And then there was a photo. Who sent me the photo of Trump you sent that? I thought it was someone else.
Maybe it was somebody else. But Trump was in the clubhouse last night.
Yes, someone. No, it was my friend John sent it to me. He's like, "What the fuck?"
And Aaron Judge was hanging out with him, and Anthony Volpe. There were a couple players who weren't in that picture, including Giancarlo Stanton, Chaz Chisholm, Van Rice. Like, not everybody.
Ben Aros.
Yeah, not everybody is bending at the knee, but way too many people are. And I feel incredibly let down by the organization.
Well, it is. I mean, I remember when it was, when we found out that Mariano Rivera, Paul O'Neill, that these guys were supporters of the president. Like, these were heroes. Like the team of that was the most incredible team.
Dude, you and I were at the Paul O'Neill Day at Yankee Stadium.
Day.
And he was the warrior. He was the guy.
That's the guy you wanted in the dugout. You wanted him beating up the water cooler and stuff like that. Like, everybody loved Paul O'Neill, and it's just kind of like, I mean, his voice is comes through my house because I watch the game.
Right, because he's a broadcaster.
He's a broadcaster, but it's not the same anymore. It's like, all right, he calls it. He's good in the booth and whatever. But yes, I get it. It has taken the shine off. Well, I'll give you another example of this, and it's a little bit different, but we generally have. I put it on. The girls really like it. English Premier League soccer on the house, like in the weekend from 9:00 in the morning, whatever.
Yeah.
And one of my British friends, we were counselors together, who I'm still in touch with, Tottenham Spurs fan. It was the Jewish team, and my father's family's friend. So like, I've kind of adopted that. I've got a Spurs hat, whatever.
Yeah.
But like the explosion of terrible anti-Semitism, the way in which the BBC has had to correct itself so many times that it can't possibly be innocent mistakes at this point. EPL's back on, and I'm kind of like, yeah, okay. But I'm not rushing to put it on, because I know that if I went to a game other than the Tottenham game, and like, someone found that I was Jewish, or I put on my Star of David and went, like, someone took a shot at me.
Yeah, dude, I hear you. But
and like my buddy, the camp counselor, wonderful guy, and they're truly frightened, like genuinely, truly frightened, like there's going to be a pogrom.
I hear what you're saying, but I just want to remind you.
Yeah.
How core the Yankees are to our personal identities. Even in
of course, it's totally different.
This podcast,
no, it's totally different. I always tell people, they're like, "What baseball team do you root for?" I'm like, my dad grew up 6 blocks from Yankee Stadium. I'm genetically encoded to be a Yankees fan.
Dude.
It is important to me in my life that I have Yankees, all kinds of Yankees stuff.
So now what?
I think you published the piece. I think I send you the email of the saleswoman and be like,
Yeah.
The Yankees are an important part of my identity.
Yeah. Well, if they see
And I
this
now
piece,
I don't feel really that comfortable coming
yeah,
into the stadium.
I don't.
Like, there's a way to be patriotic. There's a way to be respectful of the president, regardless of whatever. But like, honestly, Charlie Kirk. I keep saying Cook. It's weird. There is a Charlie Cook. He was gunned down and he was assassinated with a terrible murder. He was also a right-wing provocateur.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, like, there's no way of getting around it. Like,
it's funny.
I was reading something today that was criticizing criticizing the New York Times for using provocateur. But I mean, and I'm full of criticism for the New York Times, but I do think Charlie Kirk was a provocateur.
When I send you this article,
yeah,
the word that I use to describe Charlie Kirk,
yeah,
is right wing. The words that I use, right wing provocateur.
yeah.
Because that's what he was.
That's what he was. And so, but he's, again, the answer to right-wing provocateurs is sort of the verbal response to the threat of violence that you faced, which is coolly, calmly taking them down and like. But of course, Democrats don't have anybody like that. Oh, they have Hassan Piker. Hassan Piker is an anti-Semite. It's a piece of garbage.
This is a problem. I was thinking about this the other day, and I want to get the formulation of this right, because I don't want to overstate it, but what occurred to me, because there are Jewish people who are mourning Charlie Kirk,
right?
Because they say he was pro-Israel,
right?
It's like, well, what about the anti-Semitism, which he threw around relatively easily?
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking that right now, in this moment of time, American Jews are caught between right-wingers who hate Jews but
love Israel,
but are good with Israel,
right?
And leftists who hate Israel but are good with Jews.
At least they claim they are.
Well, that's what I said. I had to get the formulation right.
They're claim they are.
Jews. No, they're good with Jews. They don't love.
Oh, you mean like good, like they're
we're
okay.
Good. We're good.
Yeah, as long as you're right on the left, as long as you're a certain kind of Jew.
We're good with. That's why I didn't say who hate Jews but love Israel, or who hate Israel and love Jews, because they don't love Jews, but they're good. We're good, right? So, well, in theory. So we're stuck in between these.
There was
two
something
poles.
I was reading today. It said that we've always talked about this, right-wing violence, like the right wing's going to be the people who are going to shoot at Jews. And that's certainly the case. I mean, Tree of Life, Poway, but the study was showing that there is an increasing acceptance of the use of violence in the radical left and the anti-Semitic, anti-Zionist radical left.
Yeah, like
it was in the context of increasing security around identifiable.
Look, the people who were gunned down in Washington, D.C. over the summer by a
by a left winger, right?
Pro-Palestinian left winger, right? Who chanted "Free, Free Palestine" after he gunned down these people in cold blood.
Right. And so, like, now when Jews hear people saying that, whether they mean, it is associated with the murder of two young Jews.
Well, among other things.
But yes, I mean, especially I don't know, like in Washington, it's weird. And I know the woman who he worked for. So
the guy who was murdered.
The guy worked at the embassy. She did too, but he was.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was a team of 2 or 3. I mean, this woman's deputy. She's very nice. In any event.
Yeah. This is why I waited until the podcast.
You could have called at 6. I was up.
I know, but I thought I wanted to get the reaction.
Well, I knew it was something. I knew it was something huge, and I knew it wasn't something like awesome. When you texted me, you're like, "We need to do this. I need to tell you what happened at the game, et cetera, et cetera." Like, because if it was something like I caught, 3 home run balls in a row,
I would have sent you.
Told me. You would have sent you
the game. I would have sent you the picture of my bruised hand with the 3 balls in them.
Right.
Yes. I would have been excited to tell you about this. I was like, you know what? I really want to talk to you about it, but I also felt that it would be good to get the spontaneous response while
Right.
we were doing the
Well, you
podcast.
got it. No
Oh,
fucking lie. It
no,
was my
for real.
response, I believe.
I mean, this is the content that people are coming
Right.
for.
Now, can I tell you, I remember when Trump last season went to a Nats game and they
Yeah.
booed him.
Yeah.
And then he went to like a Texas, it was either Houston or the Texas Rangers game and they cheered him and stuff like that. But doesn't he, I mean, this is inside and this is kind of funny.
Yeah.
Doesn't he look like someone who just does not belong? Like in a crowd of, 50,000 people, this guy just does not look like he belongs at any sporting event.
Because he just doesn't look comfortable anywhere.
He's just, I mean, George W. Bush knew how to go to a game.
Yeah.
Bill
Because
Clinton knew how to go
put
to
on
a
a pair
game.
of jeans and he went to the game.
Bill Clinton too. Barack Obama. George H.W. Bush.
Yeah.
I was at
George
I was at an
H.W.
O's
Bush.
game with George H.W. Bush and Hosni Mubarak, and he was wearing a suit, but still you could tell H was comfortable at the game.
He played college baseball.
He played
though.
college baseball, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But Trump just looks like completely fucking out of place. Like you'd have to explain to him the game.
Although he did dance during the YMCA with the fucking fists and like the
he did the Trump dance. Looks like he's doing something else.
Yeah. Dude, it was. I don't think I'm going to be back at the stadium anytime soon.
I'm telling you, you got to finish writing this piece.
I wrote it.
You wrote it. It's done.
I'll send it to you when we're done.
Send it to me. We gotta figure out where you should submit it.
I'm thinking like The Athletic, which is owned by the New York Times.
Right.
I don't know.
Atlantic.
I was thinking that too.
Atlantic would be good.
Yeah, it's ready to roll. It's been, again, like I said, I was calm.
Right.
I wasn't like I said, my heart rate didn't go up either during or after. Cause usually when the adrenaline is pumping, like when it stops, like you're just like,
right.
I was like totally cool. I came home and Michelle's first question was, so did you get to boo him? I'm like, funny, you should ask.
That's so funny that was her first thing. Yeah. She wasn't like, "How's the game? Who won?"
Yeah. Well,
did you get to boo him?
She's like, "Oh, I saw they won. Did you get to boo him?" I'm like, "It's funny, you should ask." And I told her. She, of course, was like, "Holy shit, that's horrible." And I actually I went to bed. Like I needed to wind down a little bit, but I didn't really sleep very well.
I bet.
I just did. I had a restless night trying to process what happened.
Right.
It was shocking. It was really shocking.
I would have been exactly the same way. But if I had been there, it's actually a good thing because I would have gotten into it with the guy.
Well,
you know me, I'm a hothead.
Yeah, that's why you can't be a hothead. But here's the thing.
Total hothead. I'd be like, "What the fuck did you say?"
Here's the thing. People are always.
But he might have been afraid because I'd be like the little crazy guy.
You never know. As opposed to the two of his buddies who are the big crazy guys.
Were they big? Were they big dudes?
They looked like they meant business.
They were, yeah.
But we always talk about like, oh, people got to boo when they see him like at the U.S. Open, and why aren't more people booing? It's like, guess what? I found out that there is an actual risk when you boo.
Right.
Like you said, like, oh, imagine if you're in Texas in a stadium, and everybody's cheering and you're not.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I think somebody
read the room. You figure in New York, it's okay to
exactly, but no. There were a lot more Trumpers there than you would have imagined. Or that I would have imagined.
Right.
Because I couldn't.
So what are the boo-friendly stadiums? That's
a great question. Look, you saw him at the Nats game, and he was booed.
Boo-friendly stadium.
So that's good.
I wasn't there, but I remember it happening. It was covered on the news. Nats Park is a boo-friendly stadium.
Maybe Fenway.
Fenway is definitely boo-friendly.
You know what?
Oh, well, then again, no. There's a certain element.
Yeah, there is an element.
San Francisco's got to be boo-friendly.
That's got to be. He would never show up.
LA is a boo-friendly stadium.
If there was still a team in Oakland, it would have been, they would have booed the hell out of him. If not, fucking burned the place down. LA?
I think LA is boo-friendly.
Maybe. Chicago? Definitely the White Sox. Definitely White Sox Stadium.
Yeah.
Southside.
Yeah.
Although the owners of the Cubs are a MAGA family.
Yeah, it's true. But still.
Yeah. So what team are we going to root for now?
Minnesota. I don't know.
Yeah, this is not an easy choice to make. I'm willing to accept. I'm willing to listen to offers of which team I should root for. Suggestions welcome.
Oh
And
my
not hold
god!
on. We got to lay out some ground rules. Can't
All
be
right.
the Red Sox.
Can't be the Red Sox.
Can't be the Mets.
Can't be the Mets. Okay.
Right. Other than that, I think
Did you go to the Marlins?
I don't want to root for a shitty team like that. They're such a shitty team. I mean, is that what you want for yourself? Like, come
I don't.
on.
I'm just
I'm not
saying.
saying like I got to root for the Dodgers because they're going to make it to the World Series potentially, but like I can't have a last place.
I knew that.
I can't do that.
This
You
is why I
can't.
asked you.
We can't do this. Like I said, I'm open to suggestions, but within reason.
Within limits.
We got to have some reason here.
But definitely not the Red Sox. I don't care.
No.
They can give me like a $40 million signing bonus for fandom, man. There's no way.
I don't know, $40 million?
No, that's fair enough. Going back to our last podcast about what we were doing. Right?
Quite frankly, $5 million, I would take.
Well, it's my identity. It's so important to me.
My identity is worth $5
how
million.
Quickly we sell out.
I know. The question is just how much you're willing to sell out for. Everybody has a price.
I totally have a price.
Everybody has a price. Mine is like $17.35, I think. Like, oh, you're going to buy me a t-shirt? Okay.
17, that's a cheap t-shirt.
All right. There are no
I found a t-shirt today. I must get it. I must get it from my father-in-law. It's like $35.
What does it say?
World's okayest skier.
You're like, how can I get him a present that also insults him at the same time? So,
but the thing is, it happens to have the virtue of being true. He is the world's okayest skier.
Yeah, but you're just like, I'm nice, but I'm a dick. Which basically means I'm a dick. Because, hold on a second. Let me, I know you hate this expression. Let me unpack this a little bit.
Go ahead. You want to interrogate it, to unpack it and then interrogate it?
I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but it's not even that you're nice. It's like you're an extra dick because you spent money on it to show him that what you really think. It's not like...
in fairness, I showed it to Mia.
And she said,
that's hilarious.
Okay.
But of course, Mia is my child more like me than my other child. Yes. So of course she would think that.
So when your child, who, all right, she might be 18 years old, but she's still a child, thinks it's funny, you got to take that with a grain of salt. Now, if you showed it to your father-in-law and said, I'm going to buy this for you, how happy do you think he would be?
I think he'd laugh.
He would chuckle, and inside he'd be like, you son of a bitch.
I'm going to ask Lauren.
Okay. And that was $35?
Hanukkah's coming up. I got to think about gifts, man.
That was $35?
$35.
You can't get good shirts for $17.35 anymore.
No. In the clearance rack.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
We're going to be...
All right, well, that was a disheartening experience you had.
Yeah, but it made for good podcasting.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm glad that I waited to tell you. Surprise!
Thanks. Well, I knew it wasn't good.
Well, I also told you it wasn't good.
Jesus Christ.
Like, this isn't good.
All right, send me what you wrote.
You're not gonna...
I actually have some work stuff to do.
Okay, do your fucking job. God. All right.
Later. We're out of here.
Bye.